So you've never had a boss that you really liked or learned something from. Well, that doesn't mean that you can't be a great leader. And today I'm going to tell you a story and give you 4 takeaways that are going to help you be the leader you never had. My godfather of leadership is Warren Bennis, and I've had a quote on my wall for almost 20 years where he says that the point is not to become a leader. The point is to become more fully yourself, to give of your talents, your energy, your gifts to your team, and to become more fully you. And that's where this story starts. I had a very young millennial leader who called me last October, and she was frustrated, anxious, waking up in the middle of the night, and unhappy with her leadership performance. She said, I want to hire you, I want to learn leadership skills, but I can't do it till next year because I'm too stressed out. So we began this January, and she brought her friction from her workplace, personality conflicts, stresses from each day or each event, and she brought them into her sessions. And just this last week, as we were sitting in the session, she had her aha moment where she said, I'm becoming the leader I never had. Well, how did she do that? Let's look at it. First of all, she stopped telling people what to do, and she started getting curious. Instead of constantly correcting or micromanaging, she got curious with her team. Like, here was an example of something we'd agreed upon in the team meeting, and now you're doing it this way. I'm curious, what's in the way for you, and how can we work on this together? So she brought her curiosity to the team, and the team started to shift. The next thing that she did was she called out or appreciated incremental changes. Many times we are looking for the big one, or we're focused on things that still aren't right. And that's what she found out she was doing. She was constantly focused on the next 10% or what wasn't going right. And so her team was expecting things to come out of her mouth that were negative. Instead, by shifting to a positive, catch them in the act of being themselves, catch them in the act of incremental change, and guess what? More to celebrate. More incremental change came into the space because they knew, hey, things are shifting here. Things are positive. Our teams are waiting for us as leaders to get better at what we do, and they're going to respond quickly and swiftly. The third thing, she shifted her mindset. Her mindset had been, they need correction, they need fixing, they need to do it right. And where she went to was one of our tenets at Invite Change. I put it into an acronym, WRCC, Whole, Resourceful, Capable, and Creative. I, as the leader, will accept myself first as whole, resourceful, capable, and creative. And now I look out from the lens of my brain, of my neural pathways. I'm looking at you, my team, as whole, resourceful, capable, and creative. What do you suppose happened? Lo and behold, they started showing up with solutions, ideas, creativity. Instead of blame and a lack of accountability, they shifted to showing up more fully. And it made meetings lively. And speaking of meetings, we looked at her agendas. And her agendas for team meetings or even one-on-ones were super comprehensive. You know, leaders, a lot of times agendas are just another form of micromanagement. And teams don't respond well to that. We know that employees would like to have autonomy and belonging. And micromanaging sends them completely into another space. So don't do that. Here's one way to do it. look at what are the key takeaways that you want the team to have. I would limit it to 3 if at all possible. And that's what she did. 3 key takeaways, and then she left a big space for Q&A. And what do you think showed up in the Q&A? Some of the tasks and tactics that she might have wanted to have put or list in the agenda. Instead of it coming from her, it was the team collaborating, cooperating, innovating, bringing their problem-solving ideas to the table in a way that had them experience teamwork on an elevated level. People were showing up in a completely different way. Leaders, what are you wanting and seeking out there? The first century Jewish scholar Hillel asked, if not now, when? If not you, who? Be the leader you never had. Invite change.